the go button since we're not talking about anything private or you know. And those are
All
all
right.
of my secrets. Only you two will know. So thanks so much for joining us here.
Nice the way you
Um,
did that. I like that.
yeah,
That was
that's
clever.
that's my complete
That's pretty
criminal
good.
record. All of my exploits as a youngster. It's everything. So yeah,
Oh, yeah,
go.
I'm glad you sent your husband out of the room before you started talking. Though. I really think that
Oh,
was very
he
polished.
knew. I mean, that's why we had such a long engagement. Disclosure takes time. And so,
Yeah, to put up all those reports does take a lot of time. Yeah. Mm,
oh, I'm so
yeah.
sorry. My
The
mind
criminal
just went to
records do
crying
take a time
because
to
of
look
this.
up. Yeah.
Uh, I got something. Um, hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
I look like shit.
Hello.
I
How y'all
know.
doing?
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm barely alive here. So, Jackie,
Bear-
Yes, dear.
I had to really just pull myself back so many times from calling you up after rewatching this movie and
You
saying,
should have called.
"Okay, Jackie, is this enough for
Should
you
have
yet?"
called. Should have called. I actually like this movie.
You what?
I like
You loved
this
it?
movie.
Yes, I know
yeah,
you.
she
Action
likes this
flick.
movie.
Of course I love action flicks. This is an
This
action
was
flick.
He's
this
like,
was one of our Jackie recommended. Oh,
yes,
And it's
Jackie,
a
I forgot to.
sci-fi action flick on top of all of that, which is awesome.
a little better,
And I
a
was
little better
telling
always.
Cynthia the story is right up my alley, but I have issues with Tom Cruise for
Hmm.
after a certain point, and I'm like,
Okay.
I have trouble watching him just because I know too much, you know.
Yes, same way. Yeah, same.
Too
And
much.
I
But
hate to
you
be judgy.
know, it's
Be
kind of
judgy.
the opposite of the reason we all really love Sam. We know so much
Yeah,
about him. We enjoy watching him because we know he's a really down to earth,
decent human
normal
being.
person.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's not some crazy cult member that
Yeah,
thinks that
I have
life.
an issue
See,
with
I'm
that.
I'm
I
I'm
do.
trying to shy away from the C word here because I'm not trying to be disparaging on people.
Okay,
But yeah, there's some
But
questionable things that it's hard for me to get into something he's in without going,
yeah.
yeah, but he's a little
mm,
crazy.
I haven't watched any of the Mission Impossible movies. I think I've watched the first one he was in,
I
and I
watched the
don't
That's
think
first
the
I've
one.
watched
only one
any of
I've
the other
seen.
ones at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
I don't know. I just didn't care for him that much. So I'm
No,
like,
no,
nah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
I
don't.
just never did. But I know they're
Those,
supposed to be good. But hey,
well,
The first one was excellent. I enjoyed it. I saw it at a drive-in
I enjoy.
theater. Yep.
you throw
Wow,
that
you're
much
old.
money. You throw
I
that much
am.
money. You throw that much money. It's going to
I
be
love
good,
it.
right? You throw that much production into something, it's going to be good. I mean, look at the whole thing, just
Well,
from start
sometimes.
to what?
Anybody remember Waterworld?
Oh God, no! Please, no.
Oh God,
That's a lot of
Okay,
please.
production, a whole lot. So,
no, this
Yeah, that was
no,
terrible. I'm sorry.
bad. Yeah, Steven Spielberg
Yeah, that.
usually pulls it out though. This was just jam packed full from the
yes,
start, and it was whoa,
That's probably
multiple
why I
story.
enjoyed it because it
yeah.
was constant.
I do
Never
want to give
set,
a
never,
quick
never a
trigger
dull
warning.
moment, man.
I
What?
do want to do a quick trigger warning for the purposeful loss of life, the a
Mm,
child being
Oh,
missing, and
yeah.
the
abducted. Yeah,
possible mistreatment of children is hinted at but never seen. I just want to give trigger
Right.
correct.
warnings on that ahead of time in case we say something and freak somebody
Yeah.
else out.
Right.
But we're
Okay.
talking about Minority Report. It's a movie from 2002 starring Tom Cruise and a whole load of people. I mean, the whole time you're
There's a lot
watching
of
it
people
going,
in there.
I know them. I know them.
That's
Yep. Yep.
no,
Yep. Do that.
and Colin,
Directed by Steven Spielberg.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
directed by
written by
Steven
Philip K.
Spielberg.
Dick.
Steven
Philip
Spielberg. Yep.
K. Dick, one of my favorites, as I was telling Katie.
Yep,
We
yep.
love, we
Love
love
Steven Spielberg.
and Philip K. Dick. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do.
we could do Total Recall one of these days too.
We could do
That's an
t-
awesome flick.
yeah, we'd have to
I
do the
love me some
original,
Arnold
none of these
Schwarzenegger.
remake things.
Original,
Yeah,
original.
yes.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's talk.
Yes,
The
yes.
dude is awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll do that.
Love it.
All right, now we've decided what next week's movie is going to be. Let's start on this one. So,
Totally talk.
um,
Okay, we got it.
I like the premise of this on its basis as a sci-fi movie, just because wouldn't it be cool if you could prevent something terrible from happening
Mhm.
because
Yes.
somebody has the gift to prevent it, to say, "Hey, go save this person, go do it now." That is
We
a
can see
really cool premise.
right.
Yes.
It is.
And then everything else about it goes awry.
It goes wrong from 5 minutes into it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
The
how, yeah,
introduction of how it all works is very cool, though, because we just sort of jump into a
Mhm,
case. We're
mhm.
right,
and the
correct.
editing
That's
is
exactly.
fantastic.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
It is. I love the beginning when that's what they're showing. The very first opening sequence is you
yes,
seeing someone getting murdered. I mean, that's how the whole thing opens up before you really even know what's going on. You're like,
mhm,
yep,
okay, what's that?
yep.
I thought it was awesome. And then they kind of zoom into what they're finally looking at. I'm like,
right.
oh, see, I thought the whole thing when he's doing that whole his hand thing on the screen, you know how they do it on the
Yeah.
screen and everything's flying. I thought that was amazing. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
love
It is.
special effects stuff as a pro. It's amazing in this movie.
Yes.
The funny
Yes.
thing is, the funny thing is, like a lot of these movies, though, is so much of what they show is prophetic because we do have those touch screen
Yep.
thingies now that they use,
They do. Yeah.
and this was
Yeah. Yeah.
2002, but that this is something that is happening. The one
Yeah.
thing that we don't have yet is we don't have the cereal boxes with the animation on them, like they did.
That was so cool. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. When
Although
he's
I have to
walking through
say,
stuff, that was cool.
if
That
you're
was cool.
if you have
The
kids and you
billboards
have
that are
multiple,
live and
oh
all
no
that was
no, I don't.
amazing.
That
What?
crap, I would be hiding in my house. I'd be agoraphobic within a day of that happening. I'm sorry, I
That
totally
I
would
just think
be.
it's really. I
Oh,
thought it was amazing.
when
That's
you go
because everything was done by your eyes.
yeah.
No matter, but they're already doing it with your license plate. How long is it going to be when they start doing the rest of
No,
that
I
stuff?
like the
Come on,
technology. I like the technology. I do not
it's
like that
already
I'm
there.
walking through a hallway in my own thoughts and being inundated with uh,
That is so
ads for
bizarre.
this and
That was,
ads for that and
and they put
giddy.
his name in it or your name in it. I mean, I thought that
Yes,
was pretty cool.
it's kind of creepy. There's a
A
creepiness
little
for me
creepy, but
personally.
cool.
There's a like
Yeah.
why are they following me? Why? You know
Why is
what?
he
I don't
talking
need
to
more
me?
more paranoia in my life. I just don't.
So here's, we start off with the murder and then we kind of go into what they're doing, right?
Yeah,
What is it? It's we figured out it's the Department of Pre-Crime. I love that
right.
name. Department
Yes.
of Pre-Crime.
Yes.
Okay,
And they're
Pre-Crime. Got
pre-crime
it.
officers. They aren't police
Uh,
officers. They're all
nope.
pre-crime officers
Pre-crime
specifically
officers.
trained for
Mhm,
this.
Mhm.
mhm.
For
And
this, correct.
we see them go take down the could have been bad guy, and we
Could have
see
been.
what their
Then,
process is, that they halo
mhm,
them and
Right.
they go
yeah.
to jail. It's-
I don't know what kind of jail that is. That's a little weird.
I think
That's
it's kind of
incarceration, but it's not jail.
like
Yeah, it's a
suspended.
little weird.
It's like a suspended animation. They're,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
it's
it's like the
yeah,
the
they're
one
just kind of
guy.
suspended.
Yeah, they're there. The guy tells them you're going to have all your dreams come true and everything's going to be there.
right.
They're basically suspended in their own, I guess, whatever.
In their own
Nightmare.
mind, yeah. They don't really explain if it's like a virtual reality that they live in or if
Don't
it just
explain a
is
whole lot of
something that
that.
stimulates their own thoughts, but
Right.
apparently they're busy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
something.
kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very weird. Yeah, they're
That was a
warehousing
little. Yep.
bodies.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, yeah. Those, and then of course they go into, and this was only done in Washington D.C. because this is where they're
Yeah.
kind of like doing the, I don't know what the
They're
test
testing it
subjects.
out.
They're
Yeah.
testing it in this one city, right?
Yeah.
In Washington D.C. because I guess it was supposed to be
Like,
the most crime-ridden city of the country or something,
kind of like
right?
they're really light right now,
Oh, sorry.
like the most crime-ridden city.
Right. The crime-ridden city of D.C. Why does that not surprise anybody?
Uh, well, that once again, there's parallels. That I just like I
I
said.
know, right?
Can we not look at Washington D.C. like that right now?
I know, right?
No, I know. That's I say that we keep having really bad coincidences on this channel, and I do
I know,
apologize for
right?
that one.
Washington D.C.
Where the crime rate has been progressively going down for anyway. Anywho,
Yeah, yeah. That was
so
pretty good.
anyway, now in the movie because murders can be predicted, they find that there are way less murders. They don't really say if like there's less robberies or
Nope,
anything
it's
else, but it's all
No.
murder is
it's about the murder
for the
thing,
most
correct?
part being nixed, which
That's all.
okay.
That's all they stopped is the murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah,
no-
they didn't. They even said that it wasn't about
Oh,
anything else. It was all about the murder.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Can't stop
Correct.
rape. Can't just
Nope.
murder.
just the murder. Yeah,
So
All right,
that's
which is
kind of
good. All right, that's
ironic what's
progress.
happening in my city today. But yeah,
yeah, but what could
Mm.
possibly go wrong with the system, right? 'Cause,
So many things. Yeah. But
so
well,
many
and that's
things.
another cool thing is that they feel like the way they've explained it and presented it, it's a foolproof system. And
Yes.
there's always
Correct.
somebody. My husband works in security. There is always a way around a foolproof system
Yep.
because there's
Oh yeah.
always a new
Always.
fool. You know?
Well, we're not perfect, so there's nothing's ever going to be
No.
perfect.
No.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
And
All
and
of these
whenever
fools-
human error is always going to be a factor in
Always
any,
going to be a factor. Correct.
Exactly.
and
So
that's what they.
That's what he exploits. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we got John. It's not Anderson. It's
Anderton or
Anderton. Yeah,
Anderton.
Anderton.
Anderton. Yeah, I think it's Anderton. Yeah.
And we find, but we get to know this police officer played by Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise,
or
yep.
this pre-crime officer, I should say, the chief, and
Yep.
he's got layers. They give him layers right off the bat with having been married, having lost a son, having a dependency.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we
Right,
find
correct.
out he's human right off the bat, which
Right.
that's nice. It's your hero isn't perfect kind of a story.
Correct.
Which is always nice.
Right. Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So we do get to know, and I think again the technology they show, like when he goes home and he's looking through the videos that he has of his son. That's
Yeah.
interesting. You
And his
mentioned the
wife.
cereal box that I would never buy my children cereal if that's how the boxes came. It just wouldn't happen.
It reminded me a little of Harry Potter too, because in Harry Potter, all of the newspapers are animated.
Everything was alive.
Everything
Isn't
They
that
don't
weird?
sing to you.
Everything
when you
was
get
alive.
cereal, but yeah, okay. And
Everything was alive.
Little magic turns it off.
Wild.
That box was broken, man. That was it was
Yeah.
not shut off.
Wild. Yeah.
So-
Good,
So
go ahead.
I'm always intrigued by the set design, as how they conceive these futuristic scenes,
Right.
and I like the way they approach like his apartment and the building and the cars driving.
And the cars
cars
going
were
upright and
fun.
sideways, and no matter how those cars were fun. And how they got into the car makes it look like they were driving it backwards. Is that?
Yeah,
Did anyone notice
I
that?
think the seats shifted depending on however
was
you were
different.
going. Yeah, I think the
That is so
seats shifted.
bizarre.
It was a Lexus, though. You must admit it was a Lexus.
Lexus, yeah, I saw the commercial for that.
Yes,
Lexus
that was
on
right.
there,
Yeah. Well, my daughter
Yeah.
came and she goes, "What is that?" I was like, "They're all smart cars. That's all they
No.
are. They're all smart cars."
Smart cars.
all product.
That was wild.
Product placement. We put our car in there and we get an advert. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That happens
Yeah.
a lot. though.
And then we get into kind of he goes back into the office again, and then they figure out, and then they kind of show us how this is done, because isn't there like what is it, one of the agents from the
Yeah.
bureau wants to know how this is all going on, right?
Yeah, I think it was
Well,
the
he
Attorney
explained this to me.
General's
The Attorney
spokesperson
General.
or something.
And they didn't want him to know nothing, because they're like, nope, can't do that. Well, yeah, I got a subpoena, you got to tell me everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
And of course you immediately think this is the bad guy. That's the seed
course.
that's planted in your head right at that moment.
Right at the moment, yep.
Oh, he's going to be the bad guy. He's going
It's
to
gonna
be
be the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just find that, and then of course they go into how they know this stuff, and then they show you these three people in a pool, which you're like, okay, so now something's not quite right.
Yeah, because this is not a kind of a life for anything.
No, this is not right.
No.
What?
No.
Who are they? First of all, they don't really tell you who these people are though either.
They do well, they say that they were 3 children born of drug addicted mothers. And that's why Agnes was such an issue, is her mother cleaned up and wanted to get her back.
But it's a
Right.
new version of heroin that hits the streets. I think it's called
That's
Neuroquin.
right. Yeah.
And
Right.
when
Yeah, that's true.
Neuroquin does damage to these in utero children, I guess, to the point
Yeah.
where these 3 are only 3 of many who've gone
Many that
before.
were there that
And
actually stayed alive. Got right.
Yeah, and that's when he starts like picking up on what the hell's really going on here.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
going on here? Correct. Right.
Yeah.
And I guess my first thing, and I'm thinking, okay, so you're watching this and you're starting to get into this movie, and you see this whole 3 people, and you're like, okay, so are they willingly doing that, or are they getting
No, they're drugged
held
up.
like prisoner?
Yeah,
not-
and not-
prisoner.
You know what I mean? So, but you don't
Absolutely.
know that quite yet.
No, you figure that out as they go on, because
As
there
they
is
go-
no autonomy. They have no control over their lives whatsoever. They're
Nothing.
If their
No.
family tried to come back and get them, they weren't allowed, or they were killed off.
Well, nobody's
apparently.
allowed in there. Yeah, and little
Right.
Wally was there, brushing her teeth, You know,
Oh my God,
yeah,
that was
Yeah.
weird. Who's that
Yeah.
dude anyway?
It was
This is
just
creepy.
on the verge of being way too
Creepy.
creepy. It was more like he's a little
Way
too
too
close
creepy.
to him, and then there's
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
he didn't quite cross that line, but man, he was balancing right on that
He
sucker.
was bouncing right on that line. They're like, ew,
he was teetering.
gross.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
he was
found the
really
right
gross.
job for himself. That's for sure. Obviously, he was an
Creepy.
incel. He was obviously an incel. So
Yeah, he was creepy. That dude was
yeah,
creepy.
yeah. So yeah, you get the glimmer of was her name Agnes or Agatha? I always get those two names
It
mixed
was
up.
Agatha. It might have been Agatha.
Yeah,
Agatha
I think it was
sounds right.
Agnes.
It was
No,
Agnes or Agatha.
I think it
Anyway,
was Agnes. Yeah.
Agnes,
she has
okay.
more reaction, she has
Right.
reaction when she comes in, and so you get a sense that they are there. These beings, these
Right.
creatures.
These things, these precogs, as they call them. Yeah.
Yeah, they
But
are there. There's
I
something
think
there.
they're, for the most part, they're only aware enough to get whatever messages they're being sent or whatever
That vision
vibrations
they're
they
getting.
get that allow them to see these things.
Right.
But then, after the agent forces his way in and wants to go into, was it the temple?
Yeah.
Yes.
The temple.
Okay.
Yeah. He talks about that. Yeah.
She grabs him after he's all by himself and gives him kind of a message of his own when he sees
Right.
this. It's very cool how
Right.
they kind of set up so that the twins have their own pictures and she has her own area and the ceiling.
Right.
And he can see something, and that
Right.
makes him
That-
go talk to the director. And if that moment didn't happen, neither would the movie or the story. It's
No.
all because he
Right.
went and talked to the director about what he saw,
Yeah,
and
Right.
and that
Yeah.
sets the entire story into motion.
Story.
yeah,
to
because
motion. Correct.
the evil mastermind Max von Sydow, of course, has to maintain control over his baby, and that's just the way all these evil masterminds are.
Yeah.
You know that things do not apply to them that apply to everyone else. They are above
Everybody
it.
else.
You know, they are
Above
God
everything.
on little universes, and he does that role very, very well. Of course, he's done it.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very well.
He always
Yes.
plays like the creepy bad guy that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
something like that always. Yeah, but he's sometimes you're just born to it.
Yeah. Well, you get
good at
cast
it.
because of your look. It's a lot
Right,
of times that's the
right.
way it goes. But he
Right.
does a good job of it. I can't complain, and he did a very good job of this movie as well. You know what's also one person who cracks me up, and I can't remember the name of the actor, but the blonde
Blonde guy.
cop that's with him, bright
Yes,
blue
he's-
eyes. He plays
he's
a
good.
bad guy on The Flash, and I
Yeah.
was like, it's a bad guy, but he's not a bad
I
guy.
always notice him. I like him in anything he does. He's good.
Yep.
I like.
Is that the
And-
dude with really blue eyes?
Yes, he's like an
And
ice.
he's always got bleach hair with the really blue eyes.
Yes, he's just like
yes.
ice.
And they're like friends. And then when he has to arrest him, he's like, "Hey, how are you doing? Oh, hi, how you doing?" They're in the alley.
They
Yeah,
always run.
yeah.
They always run. He says. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an action scene. That was spectacular. That whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
They first
that
come
whole
out.
sequence.
Yeah.
Oh boy, was that fun.
So let's back it
That
up
was-
just for a second because I
Yeah,
don't
we're
mind
backing up,
skipping
yeah.
some of this and going to the part where he's like, okay, and there's a new case. So he's walking into work, going for another job, looking through
Yep.
the clues, which I really dig. Like you say, you dig how they show the video up
I
there.
thought- yeah, I
like
think it's
that because
amazing.
I love figuring out murder mysteries from clues or mysteries of any kind from clues. So to me, it's like there's a clue and there's a clue, and I dig
Well,
that.
yeah, he's making it big and
Yeah.
putting things away and doing all. I love that part.
It's so
That's the
neat.
best part of the movie, really, when
It's
he's doing all
really
that
cool.
stuff with his hands.
And you know what they're finding all just every little clue that they can. You know, they go in and they look like, for instance, the house number thing, which comes up later on too. This is,
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
All of
The
all
dude
that
in the
stuff.
window, which I
Yeah.
thought was neat because they found the guy
Oh,
in the
yeah.
window,
Yeah, and then we
which is a
see it
neat
after.
thing. How who that
Yeah.
happens to be
Yeah.
is really cool. The
There's,
dude in the
there's a
window.
third guy. Yeah. Well,
Third
and then
guy.
also between the agent finding Agnes in the mirror and
Yeah.
John figuring out that the kid was at a park because he's twisting back and forth. There's some
Right.
really cool moments that they could
Yes.
do just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of how they made that appear. So
Yeah,
I
that's
again
pretty
really
cool.
appreciate the art directing and whatnot on there. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Stupendous. Yeah, they outdid themselves in this movie.
I always wonder how fun it is when you're an act because he's doing that all on the green
Right.
screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got to act like he's really seeing what he's seeing. I just just love. I'm like, oh my goodness, and he's
Well,
doing that this whole movie. I'm like, okay.
well, that's what he's good at, right? He did that.
I'm thinking Tom Cruise was good at that. I mean, he's a good
Yeah.
actor. He had to pretend in a lot of crap that he was not seeing.
Mission Impossible does some of that stuff too in the movies, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
stuff.
A lot of shows do that, though. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
anything from where they're pushing buttons on a panel to moving things on screens that aren't there. It's the art directors that have to go in later and try to
Yeah.
match up the movements with what actually
With-
is supposed to be
Yeah.
there.
with
So it's
Right.
yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
people working in
Amazing.
concert. It's so
And then-
yeah,
and
it's just so cool.
And then you sit and get a thought here, like when I first watched Star Trek,
Mm.
and we go into the control room with the control panels on
Yeah.
Yes.
the old days, or Lost
Yeah.
in Space.
Flip,
And
flip,
so
flip.
we have come from the beep beeps and the bright lights and the blinkies and the buttons to all
Right.
of this whoosh, 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 and the
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Didn't they
Yeah,
make
I'll-
it those panels actually live though for some of that stuff?
Well,
For the
like they
actor?
really do light up. Yes, they actually do light
Yeah.
up, and
They actually do light up,
yeah, if you
and
like
the buttons
like
actually do move.
Oh yeah, a lot of them do.
Oh,
Well,
yeah?
they had to because if you get
Yeah.
like Spock's looking through his little viewfinder, he has to be able to
Yeah.
pull it up or push it down or whatever. They don't do a
All
lot
that.
because the original series is all cardboard. So
Yeah, I
It's all
know.
cardboard's good. Yeah,
you can
true.
only do so much with cardboard. But yeah,
Cardboard. That's wild. But this is pretty cool. I have to
That-
say, I thought that
yeah.
whole sequence with the whole panels and
Yeah.
all that was pretty cool. Loving that.
it was very cool. Yes. I completely agree.
Very sci-fi. I love it.
But we get his witness going, wait, John, what am I seeing? And he turns her off because
Oh,
he
turns
sees
her off
himself. And oh no.
himself.
Right.
He's like, oh shit.
And thus our adventure truly begins.
Begins. Yes.
That's when we get the oh gosh, just so much running and chasing and the police after him and
Yeah.
jumping
Whole
off
other-
cars
yeah.
and just
Whole other movie here. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, totally a whole nother movie. I know, right? Those jetpack things were
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah. The way he played
Love
her.
the jetpack things. I love the spider things were really creepy.
Oh God, yes. No. I
Mm,
don't mind
just say
spiders,
no.
but I don't want them crawling in and like poking
That
my
is
eye.
just creepy.
Well,
That
that
was a little creepy for me.
reminded me of a Doctor Who episode with little cyber. people
Yes,
going,
they had those too, but they
Little
didn't
cyber
crawl on you and
spiders.
open your eyes. That's not right, man. That's just not
Mm.
right.
Well, can we go back and talk about how he wants to change his look? Because he knows everything has to do with his eyes.
Yeah.
And how he
Yes,
goes
yes,
to
yes.
that doctor. Oh, gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a nasty.
All of it was, but it was
But the whole
hilarious
The whole thing was
too.
nasty.
There was
Oh,
there was a lot of humor interspersed throughout this movie, and
Yeah.
I thought, are they going for the humor here? Is that what they're going for? And it was like, yeah, I think they are. I think they
some
were.
of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
from the
just
snotty
gross.
doctor to the
Oh,
nurse who doesn't wash her
no.
hands after going to the
Gross.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And I turn away when he's healing and goes to get something to eat and drink. I don't even
Eat-
watch
oh,
that part. I can't do
no.
it. Mm-mm.
well, you know that guy did that on purpose to him. You know that the doctor, the mean doctor,
Of course
that.
he did, because he put him away, so he knew he
Yeah.
was going to do something to him.
He got his revenge.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Of course he knew. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
care. Just ew.
That was
Well, then,
ew.
then I was trying to figure out what is he doing? He's getting all this, dumping this shit, and I thought, oh right, he's trying to get rid of his heat signature on his body temperature.
Yeah,
Right,
that was
because that's how
clever.
they-
I liked that
That
part.
was good. I
That
like
was
that
enjoyable.
part. Totally.
But
That was
at
good.
first I thought, what is he doing? And then it's like, oh,
Because that lady on the outside was looking at all the heat signatures in the building,
yes,
and he figured out that's what they were going to do, so that's why he drowned himself in ice.
yeah, and they called it the big cat going out the window, and then the big cat coming back in. So.
He
Correct.
knows all the tricks. He taught
Yeah.
them
Right.
all the
Yeah, he
tricks,
did it.
so he
Right.
knows what's
Right.
going to happen.
Right.
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 And we do. He does get out. I mean, he is able to escape. He's gotten through the healing time. Apparently, we see him wearing some sunglasses and trying to go out. And his goal is to break back into pre-crime, because before all that happened, he went and found out what a Minority Report really is,
Was.
and
Right.
he found out that a bunch of them are missing. They're just gone.
Because
Fun.
the system is not perfect. The system wasn't.
Exactly. And the only way to go get those, because he talked to the mother of the invention, which I love that actress too. Can I just say I love her? She's
Yep,
fantastic.
she's good.
He did a great job.
She's
I
good.
thought
She did a great job.
that was one of the best performances in the movie, actually.
It was really good. Yeah, she's so
She was
enjoyable
good.
though in everything. I can't even. But so he knows right now that the only place to go get the original report and find out if he's being framed, what's going on, is to go back and get the precog. And
The
the
woman.
female is the strong one, so that's the
female.
one you go
Yep.
get. And so I loved the the trick that the mean doctor gave him, where and his whole face just goes.
Melt. Yeah.
Yep.
That was just
Just melts.
wrong, man.
It worked for a minute, it did help.
It worked.
It did. He didn't look like himself. It was a pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Again, the comedy with the eyeballs rolling down
Yes,
the
yes,
hallway.
yes.
That was cute. That was he's like, oh
That-
shit, and they're rolling down.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
It's a ring
He's
out.
trying to chase them.
They get the one by just like the
Like
filament
the,
of
yeah, like the vein or the nerve or whatever.
Or whatever it was. Oh my, gross.
So I
I
caught
know.
I got one. How come you ended up with both of them in the bag?
No,
Oh, no, that's
he
right.
only had the one in the bag after that. Yeah, there was
Yeah,
only just
after
the
that,
one.
he only had the one.
But at the end, didn't
No. There
Some-
was just the one. I promise you, the wife only had the one.
All right.
I was keeping
All right.
count. Trust me.
okay, glad somebody was.
Stuff like that. I don't always catch it, but I love little mistakes like that. They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite one is the "It's a Wonderful Life" with the wreath. That's my favorite one. The mistake.
Which
When he
remind
goes
me,
in and he's gonna, it's Christmas time. He's got the Christmas wreath, and he goes in to
Right.
answer the phone to go talk to his brother,
Right.
who's overseas. And in one scene, the wreath is on his arm, and in another scene, in the same cut, he had put the wreath down. So it's not,
Right.
it shouldn't be on his arm, but there it is. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I love little things like that.
sister always caught that one because she loved that movie. She watched it every time it came on.
I
So
watch
she
it
was-
every Christmas.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've seen it once.
Oh, okay, we'll do that at Christmas time. It's
Okay.
really a
Okay.
sweet movie. It really is.
It is. It is a sweet movie. Yeah. So, but anyway, back to the.
Oh yeah, we were watching Minority Report the other. And I've only been drinking water tonight, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah. I'm down to beer.
it's water.
Whiskey money doesn't come in until the first of the month. So.
There you go.
That's
I
just
hear
sad but true, and
I'm
unless I
looking
do-
forward to an exciting oil change. That's where all my money's going
Oh,
to in
boy,
this month. I know. I'm excited, man.
Lansing's only a few hours away from you, dear.
Am I driving to Lansing now?
Sure, why not?
You need to give me something nerdy to go look at. You go look
I'm
and do some research. Find me
I'm go-
something nerdy to go look at.
I'm going to trust. me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Minority Report, made in 2002. So yeah,
You
so
two
he's
are trouble. Trouble right here. These two.
sneaking
Jack-
in.
Trouble.
Jackie's on the game. Jackie's on her game. She can. Take it.
Trouble.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm really not. Anyway. Tom Cruise in Minority Report. He's gonna go into so he's in the facility. He's in the facility to go kidnap, and I love the escape plan.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
down the chute,
Yeah,
down the
I don't
hole,
know why
water,
that's-
whatever that.
flush. They flushed them
I'm
right.
Yeah, they
that could
flushed
be
them
fun,
out, right?
you
Pretty
know.
much. Yeah, flushed
The
them
water
right
slide.
out.
Oh gosh.
Water slide.
Yeah, water
But
slide.
one thing that we forgot to explain exactly what is a Minority Report,
Oh.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Who wants to explain it?
I
I mean,
don't
I
know.
can explain it.
You take it away.
right?
Since we're crazy.
Well, it's a report where they hide someone that changed their mind about doing the crime and then they hide it because they don't want people to realize that this whole scheme
It wasn't a
is
matter.
not
That's
foolproof.
not exactly. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Agnes or Agatha, whatever her name was, had one view, and the twins had another.
And another view, correct?
Yes.
Minority Report came out of it. It was because she saw something different than the boys.
Different.
Exactly.
And
Right.
her vision was the truer one, and yet they
Correct.
hid that. And the only way to get it was to get it directly from her, because the mother of the project,
Downloaded it into her.
yes, and made sure it didn't get erased. She made sure that
Didn't get erased for some reason. Yeah, correct.
Agatha.
I think
Agatha.
she kind of knew from the get-go. I think the mother of the project.
Yeah, knew that something was not right.
Well, yeah, that's what
Wow.
she said when she was talking to
She knew that
John
something wasn't
Anderson
right.
there. She was saying, Well,
Right.
there's always something imperfect in
Yes,
it.
Right.
That's
yes,
why she
Right.
kind of sent him on the mission, said,
right,
go forth,
Right.
figure it
right,
out.
right.
Um,
But she
Right.
did tell him not to trust anyone too, and that,
yeah,
and for
yeah,
Well,
sure.
and the thing is too, is she also mentioned that sometimes they had, I don't know, what was it? They had kind of like an echo, and maybe they saw the echo of
right.
something else happening, and and so that person didn't actually do the crime, but they didn't. Then they hid that kind of stuff, or I don't know, whatever,
Yeah.
something like that,
No,
right?
you're right. There was like a memory echo after they'd erased
Right.
everything. If you see those, erase that
Yeah.
because it's just jumbly stuff to ignore.
Right.
Which, I mean,
Yeah.
that you can sort of understand. You have a memory, and then you might have a memory that you've kind of adjusted. We
Yeah,
see our
Right.
own point of view kind of a stuff. So I can see why they would do that to try to keep the ones that are clearly a memory on top.
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
But
And that kind of comes into play at the end of this series.
right.
What
yeah,
happens about that?
so good. I
Well,
Yeah.
enjoy that so much.
the evil mastermind.
Yeah.
He thought this all out ahead of time,
They
kind
really
of.
did.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it's a very clever way, very clever storytelling because that is a
It is.
criminal mastermind who's supposed to be all
Yes.
about doing the
Yeah, the
good
right thing.
stuff. But I'll tell you right now,
The good stuff.
bad guys make the best good guys because they know all the tricks, and
That's
good
true.
guys make the
True.
best bad guys because they know the tricks.
That's why they
All the
hire,
tricks.
that's why they hire hackers to work on computer systems, because
Totally, because they know exactly
I
what's
know.
going. Of course, they make the best computer people. Totally do.
That's what
Yeah.
my husband does because we are honest people who never did anything wrong in our lives.
oh, hell no, hell no.
Anyway,
Not
Not at all.
so then he's basically on this mission now to figure out how to get the Minority Report out of her head, which is where we
Yes.
meet yet another underground hacker type fellow,
Yeah.
and we I like that he's
He
trying to
looked,
give
he
away
looked familiar, and I can't
fantasies.
think of where I saw that dude at.
He's been in something else I've seen. I know he has.
I know, me too, and I couldn't place it where it was, and I
I'll s-
recognize him from
All right,
something.
well, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll see if I can
Was it?
figure that out.
I don't know, Star Wars, Star Trek. I don't know. He was on something that I recognize, and I don't
Yeah.
because and he has his own little, I don't know what that house is called, dream house maybe.
I know.
Yeah,
They
that
come in
was
and do their
funny.
wildest dreams. You can look at anything you want, and the dude wants to kill his boss.
And the thing is this is a little Philip K. Dick. This runs through a lot of his storylines. The
Yeah.
fantasy experience, because he
Right,
had
correct.
Recall was a fantasy experience that started that whole thing too.
Yeah,
So it's interesting to see how he weaves certain themes in and out of his plots and his storylines.
Right.
Because there's some similarities that pop up here and there, and that was one
Yeah.
of them. That was that's okay.
correct.
Another pleasure scene.
Yeah.
Where you go in and plug yourself into fantasy.
Whatever you want, your own fantasy. Correct. Yeah. I'm like, okay,
Well,
And
the
like we-
actor's
that'd
name.
be a little dangerous.
I was going to say that the actor's name is Jason Antoon, and he's got quite a filmography,
Looks
including
familiar.
Con Man, iZombie, lots
Okay.
of NCISs,
Okay.
Late Bloomer,
Must-
Shameless, Fresh Off the Boat.
Huh.
Uh,
Probably NCIS. I might have seen him in that. I don't know.
so
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
might
yeah,
have
he's
been
probably got a
NCIS, I
face
don't
that
know.
you've seen in multiple things, and so he's
Okay.
familiar. But yeah, check out. He's also been in Castle, Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow. Okay.
I was a big fan.
he done his work. He's been a
He's
job
done
and
his
actor,
work.
as they say, right?
Those jobbing
I was
actors.
going to say that's a job and actor, all right. Yeah.
Job and actor.
Yeah, they make their money too. They make it. They do it.
They,
They
they,
do
they
well.
figured out.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna go to sleep now. No.
Well, we bored her. Oh, Jack.
I'm tired. I gotta go upstairs.
Okay, so this is that we get to meet his wife.
I-
We kind of like know the story a little bit about the wife and the
Yeah.
child murder and all that kind of stuff, and then we finally go to meet her, and that I thought that was interesting. That whole thing. I don't know how do you guys what you
No,
thought
I
of that.
did. I mean, he was warned not to trust anybody, and yet he
Right.
trusted him. She was not given the same warning. She still trusted
The head dude,
director,
yeah, the
and
director, yeah,
I mean, I
who
felt
told
really
him
bad.
where he was going to be.
And she drove me crazy because I knew I recognized her face, and she was the lead detective on Cold Case.
Yes.
Mhm. Oh, the
I
wife.
wa- yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Cold
But
Case was on NBC or not CBS, I should say, for the longest time. You
Okay.
can, yeah, it's
well,
good. It's a good one. I
I
enjoy that show.
really saw her as his wife, though. I could not picture the two of them as a couple. And just, I
Well,
don't know, it was just,
it was probably easier to think of them apart anyway because they were apart for most of the movie. They were separated at the
Yeah.
very least until the
Right.
very end there. So
Right.
but yeah, he's
True.
escaped with Agatha there and trying to figure out what to do next. And you can see him kind of trying to put the clues together
right,
in his mind while he's sitting there, and he finally comes up with the name and figures out that it's the mother,
his
and
life. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, and then he
Did
gets
you?
caught.
I want to go. Can I go back for some
No,
for a reason
yes,
for something that I thought was really cool? Is that
absolutely,
whole scene in the mall
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
she tells exactly what's going through the whole
Yeah.
mall? I thought that whole scene was incredible. I love that scene. I thought
Yeah.
that was one of the best scenes in the whole movie. Really,
yes. I'm
everything
sorry, I
happened.
skipped it.
Yep.
Please.
Don't go home. He knows. She tells that chick.
Yeah.
She's going through the whole mall, telling him exactly what to do.
And then
Wait
look,
right now for the balloon dude
Yeah.
because now when they are all lined up, they don't see him because they're under the balloons.
Mhm.
Grab the umbrella. I mean, the whole thing was pretty good. I like that whole scene.
that was fun. There
That was pretty good.
a lot
I
of fun-
love that scene.
a lot of good scenes. I mean, from
Yeah,
just
that
acting
was
all the way
amazing.
through this thing. Yeah.
And she just
Yeah.
did it from the beginning all the way until he left the building. How
Uh-huh,
she just
uh-huh.
kind of guided him all the way out so no one would see him. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
Okay. So was it too early to go into the most impactful scene when he confronts the guy that he
Well,
supposedly
I don't
is
think we're quite there yet. Because again,
Right.
because we've learned about how people are incarcerated once they've been
Right.
pre-crime arrested. He, of
Mhm.
course,
Right.
joins those fellows,
Right.
and the jail keeper's a jackass. But
Right.
we see that. I dig it. We only get his wife for a couple of scenes, but boy, I dig her there at the
True.
end because of
Yeah.
course she's gone and is speaking to the director about what all's happened. I just don't understand what's happening. Neither does
Mhm.
he.
Right.
He says,
Right.
he's comforting her, but not in like a weird way, but listening. And
Right.
he says one word too many,
Right.
eh,
Correct.
which is fantastic
Drown.
because
Right.
I'm really surprised he left the room and left her alive.
Uh-huh.
I'm
He had no choice. The woman came to the door. He was
Sure.
waiting.
Right.
yeah,
And he had to be at a conference. So what is he going to do? Have
yeah,
murder
that's
and blood and then go out and talk to these people? I mean, there's no that
But
he
I
didn't have a
mean,
choice.
Oh,
No,
it's
he
just
was he would have killed her if that
Yeah,
happened.
well, he would have
Yeah.
if he'd have been alone and no one else was around. I totally would have killed her.
Right.
it
Because
was
she
just
mentioned that, he mentioned that, she was talking about this woman getting, and she didn't say the word that he
No.
said, and then he goes, "Well, I didn't have anything to do, know anything about a woman who drowned." She goes, "I didn't say that. I
No.
didn't
right,
know
right,
that word."
yeah, yeah,
Right off the
Yeah, and
bat.
that's what tripped her up. I'm like, uh-oh. This thing also, a whole room got just quiet. She
Yeah.
stopped
yeah.
tying his tie. I'm like, uh-oh.
hmm
She should have
get
tied
out
it
of
tighter
that
and
one.
killed the dude. She would have just, that's what I kept saying. Why didn't she just tie it a little tighter and just do
I
the
was
dude
thinking
right
Well, then she'd be in trouble. That wouldn't help.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's not gonna help anybody.
It's like, sorry, I tied it a little too tight. Sorry. I
yeah.
didn't know how to tie it.
So basically the whole idea of this thing is that you can know too much. You can have too much of a good thing. This whole idea that you can precognate your way out of murders
Out
for
of
the rest
murders,
of
yeah.
eternity.
Well,
It
I jumped
It's
right past the confrontation there in the hotel room, but yeah, but he had used all these clues to go up to figure out where to go to see Mr.
Yeah.
Crow, and
Mhm.
Right.
I say I feel bad that we skipped this, but I want to go through the fact that one, even if you watch this the first time, you notice the same things that our lead agent
Mhm.
does. This is staged. This is
Yes.
ridiculous. I've never seen
Yeah.
anybody with a bad habit leave it all laying out for anybody to
Right.
go checking out.
Just to check it out, right?
That's just not
Yeah.
how that.
Right.
Criminal
that's
mind,
not
that's
it's
not
gonna
how they
happen.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Right.
Criminal
Right.
minds are sneaky folks, and
Yeah.
especially for that kind of
Especially
crime.
someone like that. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
usually very intelligent people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah,
Sneaky,
yeah,
sneaky, sneaky folks.
sneaky
Um,
people.
but all the
Yeah,
pictures that Agatha had seen, had shown, actually did happen. It's
Right.
just
yep,
that the
yep.
like the editing, the cut of it
Hmm.
skipped the
Was
very
out.
important middle part where he didn't do
Right.
it.
Right.
He
Right.
didn't do it exactly. I like how the dude was in the window. It was a
Like a
billboard that had
poster,
come all the way
yeah.
up,
That was an ad.
and that was the dude that was in the window. Like,
Oh,
there's
and
the dude in the
oh,
window.
there is
There's the
like
billboard.
right, the billboard
Yeah,
floating all over the place.
floating right. Exactly. I'm
Oh,
like,
I
that
think
was
that's where that guy
awesome.
came from.
But it is
That's
funny too because if he'd never seen those clues, he'd never gone to that hotel.
no,
Because he
Right. Never would
saw
have gone.
the precognition,
Correct.
he made his own fate happen,
right.
Correct.
And
which
they
is
warned
like,
him he didn't have to do it, but the
Yeah,
thing
she
is,
kept warning him he didn't have to do it. He
and
even
he
had a timer on his watch, knowing when it was supposed to happen too, which I
well,
found that kind of interesting.
and that's why he
He knows
thought
that
he was
the
in the
countdown.
clear. Yeah, the countdown's
Right.
done.
The
He
whole
thought he was in
countdown.
the clear,
Right.
yeah,
and
Right.
it wasn't. So yeah, that's
Right. That whole time thing. He
but
was
but
all on the time thing, man.
yeah, but this is the whole crux of the movie. The whole point is that you can get innocent people trapped in this system, and they
oh
did.
yeah,
Correct. And
oh
they
yeah.
did. Yes.
That's why this kind of thing just can't happen.
Happen.
This
Correct.
is a cautionary tale. This
Right.
is a tale warning us about overreach of
Right.
government, overreach of agencies,
Right.
and that sort of thing. So,
Well,
Correct.
and the point was supposed to be that if you saw the future, you could stop it. And by seeing
Right.
his future, he made it happen. So there's your
Mhm.
other, oops, the
Yeah,
system
fair
doesn't
enough.
quite work.
They're
Right.
paradox.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work. Right.
We do love a good paradox in sci-fi, don't we? Though.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's
fun.
good. Oh yeah. They're fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
So it was interesting to see this character, or the guy that was supposed to die,
Yeah.
basically wants to die because his family's going to be taken care of by the
Yep.
evil mastermind, supposedly. But that, of course, never happened either.
Right. You have to kill me. He kept telling me, you have to shoot me or they don't get what they're supposed to
So
get.
He kills
Exactly.
himself. He kills himself,
He
Yeah.
jumps out the window or gets himself
shooting himself.
shot
Yeah.
out the window, I
Gets
guess
himself
is the
shot,
best
yeah.
way to put it.
He takes the
Right.
gun, and shoots it at himself, and shoots it. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And that's, of
yeah.
course, when he gets... everything just goes so bad
Oh,
every
yeah.
moment. It's
Goes
just such
bad to
fun.
worst.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when he does get himself, when his wife comes in and frees him from incarceration, of course, the first thing he does is go seek out. And I like that he got his pal back at pre-crime to load
Yeah.
up the
Yeah.
visions. It's
Yep.
like, you're gonna get yourself thrown out. I don't care, we're all
Yeah.
just gonna.
Yeah.
And it was perfectly timed, obviously on purpose because it's a movie and they made it that way. But it's perfectly
course.
timed with the voice in the bad guy's head and the images on the screen, kind of
Right.
explaining what you're seeing for anybody
Right.
who wasn't following the movie because they were making out in the back row or something when it came. But he like literally explains the entire storyline and why this is playing out the way it does, which
Right.
I kind of like, just in case you did miss a step, which this has a lot of steps. So if you
Yeah.
Lots of
miss
stuff
a
going on, too.
step- Yeah.
It's a very busy movie. It's a very
very-
busy movie.
It's exhausting, actually. You
It-
need.
it's just constant.
I was
Yeah,
I was
yes.
glued. I was glued to my screen watching this movie. I tell you.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
My
it
daughter
was,
kept
And I
wanting to come in
pause
and
it.
have a
I
conversation.
pause it every so often because I had, okay, what did he just do? Because I had to
Yeah.
rewind it again. And what did he just do? 'Cause, I mean, it was just so fast. This
Right.
movie,
the
Yeah.
pace.
like,
Intense.
wow, it's a fast.
I really, I liked it when he was jumping off the cars. Oh,
Yes,
hold on.
yes.
That was cool.
I think I
Yeah.
just exited the call. Did I just do that?
No,
hold
no.
on.
Nope, you're there.
Hold
Good for
on.
you.
I just did a thing though. Hold on. It's trying to sell me an upgrade and I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm not ready to upgrade right now, Google. Sorry, I'm in the middle of something. Anyway, I liked the car thing because I kept thinking this is like video games. It's like Mario trying to jump from thing to thing.
Jump from car to car. Yeah,
And
that
then
was
he
pretty cool.
Flew through the window at the end.
Right. I like the way they
Amazing.
park their cars in their apartments too. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
They kind of hover over it and kind of dock it almost. I
And
like
then-
that.
That was cool.
And then they just
Yeah.
walk in.
Once
Yeah.
again, there's a parallel with the Fifth Element, with the car scene there. Remember in The Fifth Element?
I love
Yeah,
The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
That's a good watch
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Flying cars. I like the
Oh, flying
alien
cars.
lady.
Who
I
doesn't
like
love
all of it.
flying
It's good stuff.
cars? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love sci-fi though. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
anyway,
that's it.
so we
Here's my
got
list.
bad guys dead, and then we get
Mhm.
the scene with him and evil mastermind at the very end. Are we ready for that yet? No.
Well, we
Well,
forgot about the dude, the actual
the poor
what's
agent
that
got,
guy that was the agent guy
yeah.
almost figures stuff out. He was
He
looking
gets,
at all the stuff going on and he almost figured out what was going on
he
and
gets,
kind of did, and that's why that dude kills him
Yeah,
because he got
Colin's
too
character
close.
is a little slow there because he's sitting there
yeah,
explaining
he
it
was.
to the bad guy.
Explaining
This
to the
is
dude,
what's
the bad
going on.
guy. Yeah.
It's got to
And
be
he saw,
somebody pretty high up.
and he saw the glimmer of this earlier. It's not like this was his first exposure to it because he saw this kind of developing, you know.
Yep. And I'm like, uh-oh, you're a dead man. You know that, right? Because I said you're talking to the choir back
Oh
behind
yeah, oh yeah.
you.
And so
Come
yeah,
on now.
he's gone. He
He's
go night
goner.
night.
He's gone.
He-
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he did a good job. He did a good job in that. He just, you know,
yeah,
he made
Yeah.
you kind of dislike him at the beginning, which you're supposed to do, and then you feel sorry for him because he's such a schlep and gets himself killed.
yeah, you
Just
do.
get
You
himself
kind of
killed.
go, man. You're kind of slow, dude. I don't know how many
Dude.
more clues do
You think
you
you're so
need.
You think he's so slick,
Right?
you know? He just
Yeah,
does.
I know, right? So
Oh,
it's like, okay,
oh well.
All right.
Well.
the detective found out who it was. They arrest and
So,
put him in
so they
prison.
present the director with his little Civil War memorial
Oh,
pistol.
brother, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
And we
Yeah,
didn't
I just.
see that coming. No.
Yeah, we could see that coming. Yeah. That was for me. The ending was a little obvious.
Yeah.
Eh. Oh
But
God!
I
And
do
'cause
like
they-
the explaining
pregnant?
part. Even though the ending was obvious, you knew he was the bad guy. I did
Yeah.
like again how they explained it, where he's in the ear and we're seeing the cut, and he's like,
Yeah.
and
Cut.
he's explaining the echoes, why those were important to learn about earlier too.
And then all the people in the background are going, oh,
Yeah, yeah. You're seeing him put on the mask, and
I know.
right. And they're like, oh.
That was good. That was
It was
good.
great.
Yeah. You
I
know
wanted
what?
to be one of them actors. All I had to do was go, oh.
yeah,
You would do that really well, Gavin.
clasp my
I could have done
pearls.
that. I could have done that.
Yeah, you'd have
You
been
know,
great.
I used
I
to
know,
know
right?
that. She made good money. She
Yeah.
would go on calls and she'd do crowd shots. She made a living. She bought a house. You know,
Oh.
she signed on. She was signed on to the Screen Actors Guild or whatever she had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her card. You had to get her card, and
Yeah.
she would do this, and she made a damn good living at it. So
There you
Well,
go. All you
Jackie,
gotta
that's
do
what
is
I
go,
expect to see you in the
Yeah, Jackie.
background of some movies. You do a great. I think you need to go do that. You've got a great look. I can see it now. It's perfect. I'm using a
Or if
frame
I
when
can
you're
do it
in
with
a
Sam
frame.
Hewen, I'm good
you're
with
in
that.
a frame, so I don't even know. Anyway.
That was awesome. I mean, at the end, they all did the same thing at the same time. Did you notice that? That's
Yeah.
what cracked me up. That was great.
that was the one take scene. I think they all had it. They were on cue there. They just
I know, right?
Yeah.
And action. And there you go.
We're done for the day. Everybody go home.
There we go.
That's a wrap.
Yay.
That'd have been great.
They,
That
they
was
wrapped
awesome.
everything up really nicely in the end, I think, as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as, you know, we got Tom Cruise having a new family in the end there, which is
Yeah.
nice, okay? Because they
So
didn't
did
really
they put the
deserve to have
dude?
this
Oh, he
sadness.
shot himself, didn't he? Right?
He
Yeah,
did.
he all
He was too
gone.
good. They should. That's a bummer because they should have put that little thing on his head and stuck
Yeah.
him in one of those things.
Yeah.
With only bad thoughts in his head. That's
I know, right?
and
Yeah.
Nightmare or something.
We still don't know how that whole thing worked, though. We just think we know. We think we know that they're in stasis of some sort. So.
Some sort, yeah.
Yeah,
Something,
some sort.
yeah.
Well, we get the precog zone, a nice little cabin out in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
they
In the
can go
middle of
about their
nowhere.
Lives. I
And they
think
got
that's
their-
kind of sad that they have to be by themselves because you assume that, like, when she's walking through the
They would hear
mall,
too
if
many-
she's
they-
around,
they would hear-
yeah.
Too much input.
Surrounded by people and
Right.
hear their futures constantly, and that would be so disturbing. Yeah. So they just kind of
Sensory
set them out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. They looked happy.
Yeah, they looked. They looked at peace, and she's another actress. Agatha. Did we already talk about her? Because
No,
she,
we
she
let's talk about her. She's good.
she's the Serpent Queen on Stars as well. But she also
Yeah.
played Alpha on Walking Dead. If you watched Walking Dead,
I've never watched The Walking Dead.
I
it's
don't
I'm
like her.
almost positive. I'll better go double check, but I'm nearly positive because that face is unmistakable. There's something in her smile, you just can't miss her.
No,
So
no, she's
Okay.
got that kind of a face. Yeah, I did recognize her from other things, and I like her. But she did a very good job considering the limitations of her role. She
yeah.
she pretty much is limit, and for me, that's really an actor's best is their
She's
face.
such a physical
Face.
actor.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, definitely in the face, but she physically, I mean, there were so many, like, she had to be dragging all the time and, like,
yeah,
tripping
Right.
over her own feet and just
yeah. Well, she's
not,
been
Right.
yeah.
on drugs her whole life. I'm surprised she was as active as she was. In all honesty, because
Right.
in that vat of
Yeah.
drugs for her whole life, basically. I don't think she
Right.
would have walked that easily to begin with. I
No.
think
No.
that's a little bit of a stretch, but that's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
It was.
Muscles
Yeah, a little
atrophy
bit.
over so much time. They don't say they take them out for exercise. The muscles would have atrophied. But for the
Well,
sake of the
Right.
stories, because this is fiction,
Yeah.
for the sake of the story, no, they did do her kind of like she's weak at the beginning, and then until she's sitting in the
Yeah.
house with the wife, she doesn't
Right.
really
Right.
seem clear until that moment.
Right.
And then it's all, run!
That was creepier than shit. I'm sorry. That was weird, man. I'm like, oh wow.
It was bad
Her
advice, though,
screaming,
because he
"Oh
couldn't go
my
anywhere.
goodness."
No,
Well, yeah. Before he even turned around, they were all on him. So I don't get the whole point of that.
we need a friend like that. Somebody who's a precog and can tell us when we need to run. Like get out of here, get out of here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go
So
away.
That was just
running won't help because they're right
creepy.
here. I don't know. I feel like she did get a chance to finish her
Creepy.
sentence.
I know, right?
But this was a good movie. I was telling, like I say, I have issues with being able to really relax and enjoy a Tom Cruise movie that's made after like 1998.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I really enjoy the story. I like the idea, the moral and ethical questions that it brings
Questions.
up.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah, lots of
the-
those.
Yeah, so much. And from the treatment
Lots
of
of
the
those.
folks who are doing all the work to
Yeah.
the
Correct.
rights of the folks being arrested for crimes
Right.
they have
When they haven't
not
done any,
committed.
haven't committed yet. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of that going around right now too.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably a bad guy. Let's get you the heck out of here. Um,
Yeah.
again, oddly coincidental, has nothing to do with the reason why we're watching this, but
No, it just happens. It just happens.
it just happened.
Yeah, science fiction is amazing in that it predicts so much of what is going to happen.
What is going to happen? It really does. It's kind of
ever-
scary almost.
Yeah, one of the oldest science fiction stories I ever read was, I think, written by Leonardo da Vinci,
Okay.
and it was about a trip to the moon, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken. But it was a long time ago. So, but science fiction's been around a long time, and
Yeah.
and
Has been.
we just so much has been foretold by writers in the past who had
Correct.
who
Well,
were
great
visionaries.
imaginations are what spur
Huh?
invention. Necessity and imagination spur invention. And
Correct.
so we might not need to go to the moon, but boy, we wanted to, so we figured out a way. And
A way to
you
do
know,
that.
we don't need touchscreen televisions, but aren't they fun?
They are. They are.
Right? Yeah.
Really fun is when I go from device to device and forget which one is a touch screen and which one isn't, and I sit there pounding on a screen that isn't a touch screen like an idiot.
You know what was really funny? Okay, so when my daughter was small, we would during COVID, we got our tablet so she could do ABC Mouse because she
Okay.
couldn't go to nursery school. So we tried to bring some nursery school in here, especially since there's no brothers or sisters for her to play with. And so
Right.
she would play on her tablet and do, we would do 15 minutes of ABC Mouse, get up 2 levels or whatever, and then we would do something else. If we
Mhm.
watched a movie on the television and I would bring up the streaming service, she'd go up to the TV to like tap Disney and nothing would happen because my TV doesn't do that.
Then I was company with Sheridan.
She was used to it.
Yeah, I mean that's how
Used to
she
it on a tablet.
exactly. So it is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kids think
Yes.
everything. Well, if my tablet does it, then
Does that?
surely.
This is just a big tablet. Come on,
It should all-
right? The screen
Oh.
on the TV is just a big tablet. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. She would look at me like it broke in. So I was like, no, it's not broken, baby. It's just,
Fix it, Mom.
That's cute.
don't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
So we
now
like
we got some.
we like
Yes,
I
the
like this movie.
We did like
like
it.
this movie.
I think overall
I
we
enjoyed it.
really did enjoy it.
I would
Yeah.
recommend it if you really want to be glued to your TV for like 2.5 hours, trying to keep up with the action in this film. Go for it. You know,
Yes.
I would
I know.
be prepared. You know?
Yeah, it's fast paced, man.
And not even just the action, the amount of information coming at you for the story to
Right.
understand the next
Yeah.
step and why is he doing this now? Why is that person in the
Right.
room now?
Right.
Right.
There's so much. So yeah, definitely not just because oh my gosh, what are we gonna see next? What we're gonna hear next?
Yeah.
Right.
I actually only remembered the first part of this movie in this
Oh,
2000,
really?
and that's what 23 years ago I watched it, and it's like, why did I only remember the first part of the movie? You know, weird.
Yeah.
Maybe you were making
thought
out
I
in the
hadn't
back of
seen
the
it.
theater and missed the last
I
one.
was
Back at the theater.
already married. I was already married, and you don't make it back to theaters when you've been married already.
Well,
for
you ain't
10 years.
doing it right then. That's all I'm doing.
Hey, that's what you all do is to keep up that marriage. Is you go back and have some fun. Shoot,
A drive-in would be a different matter entirely. Then you have
driving would be fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Back-
didn't say I saw this with my
driving.
husband. I didn't even
Okay.
know him 23
This
years
is
ago. I
naughty.
don't feel bad about that. I was married to a whole different guy.
Oh, that's right. Mhm. Okay. Well,
Oh, okay, you two are naughty.
no, we're not. We're just experienced.
I am, yes, but my husband is happy, so it's all right.
Experienced.
Sometimes experience pays off, and the
Yes,
dividends.
it does.
I just read a lot. Come on.
Me too. I was reading at the freshman level in college when I was in 4th grade.
I was reading at a college level in the 2nd grade.
I wouldn't doubt that, bitch.
But my mom made me read for an hour every day during the summer because by the end of the 1st grade, I was below level. It didn't
Oh.
take long for me to go whoop. And when I took those tests that you have to take in elementary school and middle school, and the
Yeah.
little dots that tell you how many dots of smart you have, my dots
Mhm.
went off the paper for
Okay.
English and vocab. So
Good.
Yeah, I don't
That's
even
alright.
think I don't think I had dots on the paper.
But they were dots on the paper. Come on, Jackie. Come on.
We didn't have paper. We were still using papyrus and tablets.
When my professor chiseled my
Woo!
score into that stone tablet,
Not-
we're gonna get cut off, guys. We like the movie. We're very silly, and we're very
Good
sorry.
movie.
What?
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Y'all should watch it if you haven't yet.
I didn't like Tom Cruise, but this was a good movie.
Yeah, that's
He was fine in this movie.
He
I
was
don't
fine.
really
His
care for Tom
acting
Cruise,
is fine.
but his acting was great in this
his
movie.
acting was yes.
Tom Cruise is one of those actors where you're going to replace him with AI and it'll work just fine. Because he is one that can
Oh, that's cold.
replace
Oh,
with
she's
AI.
cold.
Oh,
No,
that's so she's honest. That's what I want. I want some honesty. We don't want to be like everybody's wonderful, but everybody should watch the movie. It's terrific. Bye bye.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna be bye bye. So thank you again, ladies.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
We'll do another movie. I forget. What are we gonna do? Fifth Element next week? I don't know.
Total Recall.
Total
Oh,
Recall. Total Recall. See, I can't remember. Thank you. Total Recall next week, although I can't remember what we're doing, so don't trust me. Thanks so much for joining us. I know this is a little unusual, a different kind of show to be talking about, but I do appreciate you coming and listening, guys. Have a really great evening. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you did not give it a thumbs down, let me know what I can do different. We can do to, make it a little spicier. If you have any movie suggestions or would like to be in on one of the future discussions on a particular movie, please let me know either in the comments below or by emailing me at katie@katiescornerinspace.com. That address is below just in case you don't quite know how to put that in there. And yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Again, subscribe if you come here a lot. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next videos do come out. Thanks to all of my members. Thank you to anybody who has been viewing regularly and sharing. Yeah, just thanks for supporting the channel. And of course, thank you to those of you who have been supporting the final touches on getting my car ready for larger scale trips, which may be happening sometime next month. I'm not sure. Got to get a few things done though. Have a really great night, guys. Have a really terrific, what are we? We're on Wednesday, so have a rest of your hump day. Hope it's really good. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow live, 12 o'clock, with some Outlandery type updates. I'm going to go now, guys. Love you all. Be safe out there. And yeah, if you need some more Outlander stuff, movie stuff, entertainment in general,